they forget that their bodies are the tool in the
temple.
body. Yeah. The vessel, right? Their bodies are the temple. Yeah. Any direction that you want it to go, it is in your own time.
Participating in Alkebulan Fusion is a lot. It means a lot to me. Like I will always say every time, for me, this is like a priority. Whenever I'm in Ghana in December, this is a priority for me. Because one, I'm a community engager. And Alkebulan Fusion is all about community engaging. And for me, this is where my heart lies. Being a community engager, I am able to share with the same vision, the same idea, and be able to see the need, why this is necessary, and why every creative, in a way, should be involved in community works, because in as much we are from a community, and we should remember to give back to where we come from.
My workshop simply engaged the audience, the participants, with available materials within the workshop space to come up with film ideas for the sake of harnessing the stories that are around us, stories that most times we are oblivious to, for the sake of better ideas that we come up with. So it's simply helping participants or giving participants the avenue to draft stories around them, stories that helps them be empathetic with their environment, with things around them, how we can continuously develop stories without restriction of materials or environment.
The topic of this workshop, Beyond the Frame, was quite interesting to me, and it's because currently as an artist, I am also kind of learning new ways about critically thinking about my work, both in terms of the creation and being able to talk about it to people from different spheres. We also engage with them on how to just narrow down what they actually want to speak about, into minute details of things that actually affect societies, and we had really interesting feedbacks for most of them.
Allow yourself see the people that you will be moving with. Just also feel what sensation that gives to you, what's generating, especially in the middle of your shoulder blades, right behind your heart.
We are boom, 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 boom. Let me see. 5, 6, 7, let's go.
Now, still with your gaze in the circle, I want you to think about the color green. The color green. Think about it bubbling somewhere in your heart center. Think about the boiling water and think about that color green bubbling just right there in your chest.
Right now, in no other formula, we are going to actually feel free. That is the whole reason why we are here. Freedom with some pens and some, we are trying to just be free, whether you're a dancer or not, or whether you're hip hop or popular or urban or crumb or house, we are going to be free.
When I was younger, I would say dance is life. But I've definitely found more to life through dance as a medium, into engaging and stepping into others' spaces that may not include dance expressively. So what dance is to me, from where I'm seated right now, is breath and a medium. A medium to engage, a medium for explorations, a medium for experimentation, a medium to access other mediums, and a way to express.
I want to teach others that dance is not killing yourself on stage. I don't have to have the perfect split. You don't have to have the perfect leg work. And sometimes it's trying to educate others that there's much more to just quick leg work and, you know, good technique than just I've seen so many performances where emotions have captivated me rather than perfect technique. And I feel a lot of dancers, especially in this community, have blank expression. They don't know who they are, sincerely. And it's not a bad thing. You can learn. We are all learning.
How was the experience like?
I love the chants, but for me, you know, I was reflecting. I think it's pretty interesting that like people's everyday life is this exciting for people whose everyday life isn't like this. It's very interesting to like put your body into someone else's daily experience, you know, because it touches day to day, but it also touches on like their economy. It touches on like their survival. It touches on the communities like feeding. It's like the whole fishing thing isn't just like a game. It's not just a fun thing. People sell fishes for money, for livelihood, for feeding, and it's also like the communal, cultural heritage, like heritage and practice of the people here, and that's just so dope. I think that this community is like super generous that they're even making space to allow us artists like step into that and kind of like share experience with them. You know, Steez Africa is doing like Alkebulan and they're inviting people. Yes, that's one level of sharing. But when you go past just the surface and really are able to integrate into a community where the community can just kind of like open room and make space for other people to enter, just recognizing each other's humanity and say, hey, we don't know you, but you can step into, we can invite you into a world and you won't feel lost, you know. You can connect through the chants, you can connect through the reading, you can connect through the action of the body. We can allow you enjoy what we do, like what we do on a day-to-day. I think that's excellent. So yeah, this practice, one dope experience for me. Alkebulan, Steez Africa, y'all did this. And to the community, gratitude for making space and making room. Peace.
All right, good morning everyone. How are you all doing today?
Doing great.
Thank you all for being here. A big shout out to our panelists for taking out the time to share with us from the well of their knowledge and experiences.
This is Atokwasi Boxing Gym. Yeah, we have a lot of champions here. Yeah, like Joshua Forte, Agboko, and others. So you're welcome.
The theme for today's panel conversation is Bridging the Gap, dance as a unifying force across space and identity.
My name is Afrobel. I'm from Elmina, and I'm a dancer and a choreographer. Participating in Alkebulan improves my confidence because when you come, they give you the floor to give in what you have, like bring out what you have.
So I was part of last year's edition, the first edition, and I had an amazing experience where I got to dance on stage for the first time. And also this year they built the floor for the event, and this floor is going to stay in the community. So they are also giving back to the community that welcomed us. I think it's very beautiful and it makes a lot of sense.
The idea behind the theme of Alkebulan this year, Coast to Coast, for me, it's the most beautiful moment because we need to know where we're coming from, okay? For me, dance helps us to preserve the beautiful culture from our backgrounds because this is what we have and we need to keep on spreading it because we came to meet it and others also have to come and meet it, and it's helping us in so many ways to show the world what we have.
So in terms of preserving the culture, the fact that Alkebulan is open to everybody and it's not in a closed area, so all the people living here can see, the kids can see that they can become a dancer and they see all the dances that they have. It will inspire them to maybe start dancing as well and see that they have a beautiful culture.
I think this is the year 2 of Alkebulan Festival. Last year was great. Last year what we see that was done in the festival, I realized that this is so different. When you watch the environment, you realize that anything that is here, we use it as a creative tool. We use it as a prop. Everything is possible here. And I think this is one of the reasons why people will just travel to come and be part of the festival.
I think that the work that Stage Africa is doing in Accra, Ghana is useful work, very much needed for the times, but also for the space, for the city, for the Ghanaians, and that in connection with the continent. You know, from coast to coast are 2 destinations, one beginning, one an arrival, and then so many in-betweens of that. It's coast to coast is a journey. And I will connect that to the panel conversation that held a couple of days ago about bridging the gap. Is it like between every movement there is space and there is gap. That depending on the context can either be left vacant or depending on the need should be filled. So having referred to that, it's about a generational transmission that's happening of bridging the gap between one and the other, and then making that connection of transmission between time for the sake of continuity, for the sake of growth, for the sake of development, for the sake of evolution, for the sake of learning, unlearning, relearning.
It's
always really inspiring to be specifically at Tease Africa's festival, because I know a lot of dancers in Ghana, but I don't know specifically any dance company or group or individual that's approaching dance the way these guys are approaching dance in Ghana. So I feel really honored, I feel really grateful to be here again to meet with amazing artists from different parts of the globe and share at a community level like this. As you can see, we are not in any fancy theater. The sea is just behind us. The ghetto is on my right. Kids are on the stage playing because this is real life. This is where it is happening. And I believe real art is supposed to be within the people. How many kids on that stage can go do this at a fancy studio or at a fancy theater here in Accra or Ghana? So thank you to Tease Africa for bringing art, for bringing dance directly to the people who actually maybe need it more than some others. Thank you.
This is it, coast to coast. I mean, it's the bridge. It's bridging the gap with other communities coming together, creating that magic.
I want to say thank you to everyone, like, especially Baba Nangori. We have a lot of collectives who supported, like, I can't thank you enough. You get, like, everybody really forced. What you see here be support, like, nobody is getting paid. Thank you for the community. Everybody bingo.
Life doesn't have to be so hard. I mean, like, that community, creating that community that doesn't judge others, that doesn't put so much pressure on others. Isn't what we are all fighting for? It doesn't have to be so hard. It can be beautiful. It can be, and we can work towards making it beautiful. It doesn't have to be so hard.